So rodent infestations are actually quite common, and I think there's a bit of a misconception out there that when there is a rodent infestation that it's not that big a deal. And I think there's also on the flip side of that some thoughts out there that it's the worst possible thing that could happen, because you go on the internet and you can find that there's all kinds of diseases associated with rodent infestations, particularly the feces. Both of those are, have some truth to them. It is something that needs to be cleaned up properly. It needs to be disinfected properly. And so there is a process that goes into that. When we go in and deal with a rodent infestation, it needs to be vacuumed up with a HEPA vacuum and then disinfected behind that. It should not ever be swept. What happens is there's particles that are associated with those feces. When that gets disturbed in a way, then those particles go up into the air and can be breathed if somebody's not wearing a respirator, which we always do when we're working in those situations. So the problem with rodent feces is that there's potential of what's called the hantavirus, H-A-N-T-A, hantavirus, and that virus is deadly in some cases. And we've had people here locally that have passed away from hantavirus in recent years, just unknowingly cleaned up a space and didn't know what they were dealing with and developed respiratory issues and passed away, and they discovered that was the issue. Now, with that being said, that's not common. Rodent infestations, it's something people could do themselves if they have the know-how and have the right PPE. I always tell people, this is something you could do yourself, and I present what that looks like, and then I let them decide if that's something that they want to tackle or not. In extreme cases, where there's a massive infestation, most people aren't interested in that, and so we get those from time to time. But we also get the ones that are a little more simple, where people just feel like, no, I don't even want to attempt that. But we, again, always want to give people options for them to decide what seems best for their circumstances.